He said, but he loves you.
Love you too, brother. Don't say that on the air. They'll think funny thoughts.
And we're live.
Okay. Well, I am wondering, we see this live and this is over here. I'm wondering how I want to do this in the future. But I think it's the way I want it now. So as we're learning here, hey, this is Thomas and Laura Dubois and Andrea and Mark Krasinski, and we are excited to be with you again today on crypto topics. And so today I got a special topic for you. I'm gonna kind of lash it on to Andrea here in a second, but we promise that we're going to come on here every day with at least some nuggets for beginners and people that have been in for a while. Sometimes we'll have guests on here. Sometimes we'll have interviews, and we'll do different things in the space of cryptocurrency. Today, I was thinking about some things that we're talking about, some different platforms and some different things, Andrea, that people can get involved in and that can have help to get into the crypto space and have step-by-step help the whole way, even as far as setting up a wallet or connecting it with their bank and all of those things. Yet to get into this space and to start playing around in this space takes something a little bit that people don't think about. So let's just get your initial thoughts when I say crypto mindset.
What is it? Where do I start? Thinking positive, learning something new, staying positive is the biggest thing. Just learn it. Don't be afraid. You got to set your mind to focus of growth is how I'd put it. It's new to a lot of people. And so don't be afraid of it being new. Learn it and understand it. Just stay positive and focus with it. It's not as scary as people think.
Bite that elephant one bite at a time.
Yes.
And now with all of the different helps out there, make YouTube your friend, all of those things. But let's talk about mindset and crypto mindset just a little bit in another way and go a little bit deeper with that. If somebody wants to make money, they have to decide if they need money now or if they're looking for long-term plans or future plans and or a little bit of both like I do. So I have some crypto that I buy and sell almost daily, a lot of it. I have some that I hodl, which is called holding, that I hold for me and Laura's retirement in hard wallets and whatnot. I have some that, that are in programs that are set up in the space to make you money.
Right.
So you have to have a mindset of what you want with that. And then the one that nobody wants to think about is you have to have the mindset that whatever you're playing with, you have to have the mindset that you're willing to lose it.
That's the biggest one.
It's a tough one. It's a tough one. So as you're learning and as you're playing, don't play with anything that you're not willing to lose. I've seen time and time again over the last, I'm trying to think of the first year it was that I got into this space. I think it was 8 years ago, right in that realm. And I'm gonna pin that down. I'm gonna go look at some records and pin that down so I'm saying that correctly. But let's just call it 8 years ago. That in that time, I've watched people, they get into something. Okay, so maybe they joined a program to start learning. They start to win, and then they go all in.
Right.
It's not a poker game. You don't got 4 aces.
That's so true.
It's not a poker game. You don't got 4 aces. It's investment decisions and business decisions. And should be no good investment broker out there for any reason. And that we are not. We are not. We're talking about beginner stages of everything in life right now. but what we do know is that you have to curve. For one, you have to discipline your disappointments. You have to accept some emotions. Good, especially the good ones, is when you can really mess up, man. Yeah. And when you get really, really excited about it, you got to watch that.
It's definitely a roller coaster ride.
Right.
It's a lot of up and downs, and, keep that adrenaline as if you're at amusement park, think of it as the roller coaster. It's going to go up and down, but imagine that excitement of the up and downs and the circles and all that, and you'll be okay, I think.
And have the right expectation.
Yeah.
So expectation, I think, is the biggest. It's kind of like the network marketing business, people don't normally set the right expectations when they get into business. They don't have that mindset because they're used to trading hours for dollars. So since they're used to trading hours for dollars, they don't have the mindset of holding or hodling or staying the course, or learning from a problem and allowing that learning to take them to the next level. I actually watched Elon Musk yesterday on YouTube talk about that on the third launch. He was done. If the fourth, he was done. If the fourth launch did not work, he was broke. He wouldn't have quit, he said, but it would have devastated SpaceX. And on the fourth launch, it was successful. And now he's one of the richest men in the world, along with Tesla and everything else. But he talks about the mindset of never quitting.
Right.
I'm going to pay attention to way more of this guy's stuff because his mindset. Do you know that he sleeps on the factory floor?
Really?
Here's
wow.
Here's one of the richest men in the world, sleeps on the factory floor because when there's a problem, it's not fair for the owner to keep that problem and to be on a vacation. He what he said? He said, I've been on two. So this is all ties into mindset, I think.
Right.
He says, if somebody says they're getting this and this results from this, then he tries to go to this. Okay. And he said, I've tried to plan week vacations with my family. Here's the richest man in the world, right? The first week vacation that he took, because it's not in his style to take week vacations.
Right.
And don't quote me totally on this, guys, but you can go look it up on YouTube. It was playing yesterday. But the first vacation that he took, some other companies' spacecrafts crashed.
Oh.
On the second one that he took, his crashed.
Oh no.
So he says, I'm not too interested in vacations. So and he said it way different. And but I just really, really love that he is transparent and that his office is in the factory. He could have this ivory tower type of deal and whatnot. Right. He doesn't.
That's amazing.
It absolutely is. And I'm just more and more impressed every time I look at him. But the mindset that he gives off on he says, I wouldn't be a business owner unless you're ready to marry it.
Yeah. And that story kind of ties into when Mark and I first learned crypto and we met you for the first time and stuff. It was learning to understand what you were trying to teach us of mindset, because we didn't have that mindset. And I mean, it's kind of like sleeping on the factory floor. We had to learn that to understand it. So
that every down day adds into what will someday be that good day. Exactly. And that everything's a learning experience. I forget that all of the time because I'm so emotional and so hyperactive that, you wouldn't think this big guy's as hyper as he is, but let me tell you, I'm pretty hyper. So, you forget that, that problem with that employee might have just been the lesson that I need to be the better boss.
Right.
That problem with that product might make it so that I never have to have another product problem in that arena again, which will bring me into a bigger profit zone, and that will compound effect over the next year after year after year. Well, as you lose and win and trade and go, oh, I should have held that, because you'll sell something off because it's starting to go down in crypto, and you go, oh, I should have held that, I'd be rich now, and have all these crazy emotional things, and you shoulda, woulda, couldas.
Right.
You don't need to do that. Do you know another thing on Tesla real quick? That his whole line was held up the other day on because he didn't have HDM cables for the cars. He had to go to hardware stores for Teslas and buy every HDMI cable off of. He says it's going to be a hard time getting, and he named the store. It's going to be a hard time getting HDM cables from them for now, because he couldn't fix the problem for a week. He couldn't be, and that was holding up the whole production of the Tesla factory was an HDMI cable. Is that crazy?
That is crazy. That's super crazy. And that takes me back when we were talking about the dog coin.
Right.
You bought in at a good time, and Mark and I kind of waited, and then we're like, okay, let's do it. And then it went up a little bit. We got excited, but then when it dropped below what we bought it for, it was like, oh no, but we're still holding it because you don't know.
Right. And now it's really low.
Yeah.
Right now. And so you're going to get in those predicaments where you're going, well, it's so low now that, we don't want to sell, we need to count on it going up and then make your decision.
Right.
And then in that process, you learn about, okay, what did I learn about meme coins here? And coins that maybe don't have as much liquidity and whatnot as other coins. And you learn from each and every one of those experiences without quitting.
Right.
Without quitting.
Yeah.
And you don't put in so much that it sinks you. That's why yesterday, one of the first calls that we've done in the series of our lifelong series that we just started in 2022 was on diversifying in crypto.
Amazing.
Being diversified. Learning. I sit here and get in awe of a guy like me with not that much schooling and whatnot. But I over by my window, like I see on your computer, we have a helium miner.
Right.
Okay. A Bobcat miner. You have one, I have one. I can see mine, you can't see it. My daughter has one. I'm a partnership in mining Bitcoin. I've mined altcoins before. I trade daily. I hold. I do all of these things, and I don't give myself enough credit for, look at all of those little things that we've learned along the way, and we don't give ourselves credit for, but that's a collaborative of having success in any industry or any business is putting in some time to learn and learn. We talked about some things that we need to learn on about YouTube over the next week or so that we can provide a better presentation for you guys. But we want to come on here and talk. That's what we want to do. We want to have guests. We want to talk crypto. And today is on crypto mindset. What else is on your mind, Andrea?
I just look back, like you said, just reflection. When it started, if you didn't hear about it back then, the pizza story, that sticks to my head all the time. I don't want to be a pizza story. Crypto's fun. It is emotional, but just staying positive and just enjoy it and just look at where you start and where you're at. And, you do lose, but you gain so much more from it. And I do see it being the near future for a lot of people.
So we've talked about not getting too emotional and going all in. We should talk about that there is a part of that You might know the right time to go all in. So let's say that you know something that others don't, like let's say on the True Badger program, we know that they're going to launch something in 2 weeks. So we now can set ourselves up to be as close to the front run of that and to win that we possibly can.
Right.
Okay. Well, same in this industry. I'll never forget my biggest day in this industry. You'll probably hear me tell this story many a times. But a gentleman in Korea took our video of a program that we were involved in, IPN, and he blasted that video. What's the Shark Tank guy's name?
Kevin Harrington.
Yeah, Kevin Harrington's video, and he blasted that off to his influential friends, and it spiked our coin way up. And I happened to have a lot of it. And I wasn't expecting it, but I took advantage and went all in at that time because I knew that it was going to come back down. So I went boom with everything that I had there, took a big chance, and I made $100,000 in one single day.
That's awesome.
$100,000 in one single day. Watched Shelly make $13,000 that day, following my lead. Watched Sarah make, I think, $18,000 that day. Okay. So we knew something, we saw something, kind of like Elon Musk saying, hey, I'm going to start using Dogecoin again. Boom. Well, you know something. Buy. Right.
And it's so low right now. Buy it.
Right. And having the mindset. It's kind of like Dr. Anna Becker said this morning. She said, most people, she says, I'm not a financial advisor, but most people at this time in the market aren't buying. And this is the time to buy. This is the time to go all in. This is the time that they hedge their bets stronger and put more towards their trading. So whatever the case may be, is watch for the opportunities because the ups and the downs do happen. Be careful of the all-ins, but also know when you're in a situation you can't lose. Because there's so many tricks on mental mindset with the crypto space that are different from the rest of the world. And some of those are knowing that you can always be safe if you're watching. Because let's say on that day that I did that, I could have taken and shifted all of my, if I saw that I was about to lose on that big amount that I sold on the open market, I could have, if I saw it, just totally take a dive like nobody's business, because sometimes that can happen in an hour.
Right.
I know that I was watching because that was a big thing for me, and I could shift it to USDT and not have lost anything.
Right.
Okay. So there's always safeguards here, but you got to learn them if you're trading. Okay. Now we're talking trading. So there's different mindsets that you'll learn along the way that strengthen you up and keep you back. Well, right behind me is the books to make sure that your mindset is in the right place. Are you reading? Now, I don't know if anybody wants to read Laptop from Hell, but it's that's all in a choice there. But rich people think, the Bible, the Book of Mormon, all of those things are things that I read. I look behind you and I see that there's things that you read. This is the day. Tim Tebow. How many different things can you do to have your mindset ready in life?
Right.
Then you can have your mindset ready to make the right decisions in cryptocurrency.
I think this is the one you brought up one day
12
at
pillars.
one of your meetings at Holiday Inn, and you had it on your tool table. And I bought it, and I think I've read it 6-7 times now, and there's so many notes in here, but this is what really got my mindset for the first time to understand what you were teaching us.
So it's 12 pillars with Jim Rohn and
Chris Widener.
And Chris Widener. Yeah, 12 pillars. Great book. It was one of the first reads because it's little sectioned reading. 12 pillars, right? And yeah. I loved it. And I love the storyline behind it. I love the whole thing about it. Well, we want you to have a crypto mindset because we want you to win. But we also we want to cut right through the BS on this. We don't ever want to guess candy coating things for you. We want to say, hey, we got some platforms that you can learn on that nobody's making any money off of you by doing so. It's just getting you into the space. Hey, we know some things. You can ask us questions about mindset. You can do some things like that. We're going to learn to interact on here more. That's for sure. You can count your money on that. We'll learn to interact on YouTube and learn to use it a little bit more. So have some fun growing with us. You can say, remember when you didn't even know how to title your YouTubes? You're going to be able to say that, but you know what I decided for 2022? I want to have fun in my life, and I have fun talking to people and helping them with things that I struggled with. Mindset was one of the biggest ones. Everybody knows that,
the hardest one.
23-year alcoholic. My mindset sucked. It was right between these two temples, was the worst neighborhood ever. But you know what I found, Andrea? The number one way to get into a better neighborhood is to go into somebody's neighborhood and help them.
Right.
So then I'm not in my neighborhood. Right. It's a bad one up here. Bad boy. Okay. But Tommy Boy can jump into somebody else's neighborhood and serve them and help them like we're doing on here now.
Right.
And it's a whole difference in my day.
Yeah.
Just by you honoring me to get on here with me, by Mark being in the background, coaching you along, poking you in the arm when you mess up. No, I'm just kidding. But
airplanes.
Yeah. There you go. But just by being on here, I guarantee we're going to have a better day.
Oh yeah.
That's mindset.
Yes.
That's mindset. Heck, we're going to hit you with something on mindset most every time we get on here. How about that?
I love it.
Yep, we're going to have lots and lots of fun. Hey, and by the way, from last night, Deb Lewis just said, thanks for all the info. And she's jumping onto the Nexus system and learning crypto and going to be a part of that system.
Congratulations, Deb.
Yeah. You guys, we don't make any money off of these things.
Right.
I am in network marketing. I've been in network marketing. I do have things that I make money off of people with. But what we're talking about in the crypto space, we're going to stay away from that. For one, I don't like mixing network marketing and cryptocurrency. I don't.
No.
I don't know of any that have made it long term. None. Okay. So, but does that mean I'm against it? No. I don't want to be that. I want to teach people how to enjoy this space. We now have platforms that you don't have to share on, that you can be 100% passive. That you never have to share. And also by that, like, let's say that somebody went to nexus.io. There's no link that I can send you to attach you to me. There's no link to attach you to Andrea. There's no link. Now we have hashtags and stuff like that there is a link, and that there is a beneficial way to building that for the next 2 months. It's only a 2-month build. So understanding that. Right. So we love that. It's amazing. It's been an amazing time on here with you. I hope we touched on some things with mindset that'll help. What do you think, Andrea?
I think so. There's one thing I wanted to remind people too, is with cryptocurrency, supply, demand, and usability. Okay. If you can get that into your mindset, that will make you understand more of the crypto space as well.
I got the FedEx here dropping off some silver and gold. So so hold that thought. Oh, he dropped it and ran. So there we go. Okay, if my dog will shut up now. Hey, Vegas, come here. Come say hi. Come on. See, this is regular world, guys. Come here, Vegas. Vegas, come here. Up. Come say hi. Okay, say hi.
Hi, Vegas.
Woo, 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 woo.
Such a pretty girl.
This is Vegas. She stays home with me every day. The other dogs go with Laura to the shop, but Vegas hangs with Daddy. She hangs with Daddy. Oh, okay. That's more than you guys needed. But that's mindset right there, man. Just enjoying yourself, enjoying your life.
Enjoy life.
So I hope. Can you repeat what you said when the dogs were barking and the FedEx was going?
Supply, demand, and usability. If you could get that in your mindset with cryptocurrency, you're going to understand a lot more on the positive track of the cryptocurrency, because then you'll understand the flow of it, just like the fiat.
Excellent. If you guys think that we're adding value, share this on your page. Andrea is going to share this to her YouTube page as well. And we're going to learn how to connect all that stuff together and all that stuff. But, invite people daily. We'll probably come up with some set times. But right now, we're just coming on when we want to smile a little bit because we enjoy it doing it. So there you go. Andrea, from my heart, thank you so much for everything you do for me and my family. And thanks for all that you are. And with that, we'll call it a great day.
Thank you. Have a good day.